Hello and welcome back. My name is Vlad. Today on my table we have a quite unusual whiskey and quite tasty whiskey. Why this whiskey is unusual? Let's find out. Today's whiskey is a independent bottling blended malt whiskey from Thompson Brothers. These two guys, Simon and Phil, two brothers, they opened a whiskey distillery, Dornoch Distillery, in 2016, and they also doing independent bottling, which means they buying single casks from distilleries all around Scotland. They bottle it and they selling it. And I need to say I've been trying few of this independent bottled whiskey from Thompson Brothers, and I need to say they're doing very great job. And the same we can tell about today's whiskey. So blended malt whiskey means we've got combination of single malt whiskies from few distilleries. It's not only one distillery, because that would be called a single malt whiskey, but we've got single malt whiskey from few distilleries, which we need to call a blended malt whiskey. And as you see on the label, there's a kind of cask, a solera vat. Solera vat is a big wooden tank. In this case, this is European oak, which is I think 1,200 liters, and this is not usual thing when we're talking about solera vatting whiskey. I think in my whiskey journey I met something like this some time ago when I bought my single malt whiskey. Actually, that was a few years back, and this was Glenfiddich, 15 years old, which is also solera vatting whiskey. This is term more known from Spanish wine maturation. In this case, as I said, we have 1,200 liter tank, wooden tank, and I think somewhere on the 1/3 up there is a tap specially fitted to draw the whiskey to the bottles, and yeah, this is on the 1/3 up. So normally when they filling up this tank, they just draining this vat the 2/3, and the 1/3 is still in this vat tank. And they are automatically, what they doing, they preparing another blended malt and filling up this vat to the top. So actually this whiskey partially become older and older and older, and probably every single time this will create quite different whiskey, I need to say. I think that would be something like this. So this is no information about any batches here, so probably that's gonna be like all the time same whiskey, but yeah, this is something interesting, and yeah, I'm very happy to have this bottle on my table. And this particular bottle has been nominated in the OSWA online Scotch Whisky Awards, which we're running through now actually. So now there's a time to vote, and this whiskey has been nominated to the best blended malt whiskey. And yeah, so if you haven't heard about the online Scotch Whisky Awards, I'm gonna leave link down below in the comment section, and you can leave your vote. Actually, there's 6 categories, and every category contain I think 5 or 6 whiskeys, so quite interesting thing. So yeah, in this case, as I said, we've got blended malt, but what is very interesting, which I love in this whiskey, that's firstly the presentation. We have whiskey unchill filtered, non-coloraded, that natural color, and 48.5% of ABV. This is something very, very nice. And yeah, I'm really appreciated to Simon and Phil for presenting this whiskey in this way. And the second thing which I love in this whiskey is, of course, the price. I paid for this bottle less than £35 in England, of course. I don't think that's gonna be available anywhere else except UK, because it's quite small batch, I reckon. But in the future, there is some chance probably that this whiskey is gonna be sell a bit further than only UK. So looking forward to. I would like to see this bottle all around the world, to be honest, because this is piece of really great job in my opinion. Yeah, so let's find out how this whiskey smell and tastes like. Of course, we don't know exactly which distilleries has been involved in this blended malt, but when you're taking the first sniff from the glass, it's loads of fruitiness. This whiskey is very heavy in the fruity way, in the fruity side. You can smell that barley sugar, of course, and just behind this you've got loads of fruitiness. Peach, apricot, apple, pears, some cinnamon, some citrus. Very nice, sweet, fruity, vibrant whiskey with that gentle touch of smokiness as well. I really love the nose on this whiskey. It smells so good. And of course, this whiskey is 8 years old, and we have the age statement on the label as well. So we've got full information on the label. I really like that kind of way when we can find all the most important information on the label. That's really appreciated. This whiskey smells so nice. Let's dive in. On the palate, first contact, nice honey sweetness, loads of juicy fruits, apricot, peach, apple, pear, vanilla, caramel. When you're keeping this whiskey in the mouth a bit longer, that smokiness starts showing up. Nice, beautifully created, quite thick, quite oily. Nice, juicy, fruity, smoky, slightly smoky. When swallowed, little punch of spiciness coming up. Nice, very nice. Beautifully combined with that sweetness. with that honey sweetness, and that slight spiciness with that juicy fruitiness, with that vanilla aspects, a little bit of citrus aspects, taking this whiskey to the finish with that beautiful juiciness, smokiness, sweetness. I need to say this whiskey is very well done, beautifully created. You can tell this is created by someone who knows what he's doing. And definitely Thompson Brothers, they know what they're doing, they know how to do this job, and we've got effect of that hard, definitely hard job in this bottle. Definitely worth to consider to buy this whiskey, especially for that price, £35. This is still, to be honest, this is ridiculous price for that kind of whiskey, for that well-made whiskey. Don't get me wrong, this is nothing unusual and nothing outstanding, but for the price, this is very, very good whiskey, and this is still malt whiskey. We cannot call it single malt whiskey, but you need to remember, this is still malt whiskey. There is no grain whiskey in this bottle at all. This is only malt whiskey. Very well done, gentlemen. Very well done, Simon and Phil. I'm really happy and I'm really glad to have this bottle on my table, and I'm really enjoying this whiskey. I have this bottle maybe 2 weeks, and you see, going slowly but quite regularly because I really like this one. I really like this whiskey. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Thank you very much for your support and for your comments, subscriptions and thumbs ups. Leave me your comments down below about this whiskey. Probably most of you or some of you have already the opportunity to try this whiskey, so I'm very curious about your opinion on this one, on this bottle, and yeah, just share with me your opinion. And need to remember, take care about yourselves, about your families, enjoy your whiskey, enjoy your life, and see you soon. Bye.